Hey everybody, it's Charlie Price, and this is Style Junkie. I'm here exclusively for AmericanSalon.com to talk about the 2015 Emmys. And you know what? I really had to kind of stretch to think about what to talk about because that thing was so boring. I almost died, girl. Ugh. You know, they always make fun of how movies are more important than TV, and I don't think that's true anymore. I think TV's having such a renaissance, and I was just so disappointed by the lacklusterness, the dress Barney-ness, the country buffet-ness, the bland. It was blander than a tract house with no furniture in it. However, there was a few glimmers of fashion and glamour to the occasion, and I guess I'll just be really unique today and start positive instead of negative because, you know, I like to tear down. But, well, let's start by building. My favorite trend was the tux. I absolutely loved the tux. There was three notable ones. Two of them were fabulous. One of them was bad. My favorite and my runner-up for the favorite of the evening was Tatiana Maslany from Orphan Black. And she was wearing this just gorgeous white, kind of reminiscent of Yves Saint Laurent 1970s, white tuxedo with no shirt on and a slicked back ponytail. I absolutely thought it was, you know, just chic, fresh, sexy, young, timeless, all these things. And then I loved, there was the famous musician, Carrie Brownstein from Sleater-Kinney. She had like a lob that was very nicely done, and then a black kind of slightly more masculine tuxedo with stiletto heels, and she just looked super sexy and smart and chic and really cool. I loved that. On the flip side, Jane Lynch, oh girl, I mean, she's hilarious. I love her so much. She's so funny, but she just looked, I don't know, she looked like she borrowed a man's suit and just put it on and it didn't fit her properly. She has kind of big hips and stuff, and I think they, instead of playing that up or making her look curvy and sexy, they always try to cover it, and she ends up just looking dumpy. She's such a cool lady. I wish somebody could dress her properly. My other favorite, well, I don't know if it was my favorite. I loved it. The sparkles. There was three ladies in sparkly dresses that I thought looked really beautiful. I thought Kerry Washington had a silver Marc Jacobs dress on that was kind of 80s / flapper. I don't know. It's kind of a mashup of three decades to me. Like, it looked a little bit 30s, a little bit 20s, and a little bit 80s. And she looked great. I didn't like her hair. Her hair was kind of funny. It was like a faux bob with red chunks in it. I didn't like that. But her makeup and her, you know, she's beautiful. She's fun. She's great. She's such a big star now. She always looks glamorous, so I appreciate that. Sarah Paulson from American Horror Story looked fabulous. I loved her dress. It was stunning, sparkly, skin tight. Her makeup was beautiful. Her hair, I loved the slick down hair, which was a trend. That slick down, wet looking hair, very gelled. But her color, she has some kind of like, you know, painted on balayage type color, and it just looked like bad roots. It didn't work. I mean, I love the root look. I think it's super cool, but in this case, for a glamorous occasion like the Emmys, and then to have your hair slicked and a really deep side part that's really laser sharp, I thought the color should have been more blended. I didn't like that. And then Angela Bassett, oh my God, she was just ridiculous last night. She looked so beautiful. I don't have a bad thing to say about Angela Bassett. I have a three-way tie for first place last night, and Angela Bassett was one of them, along with Tatiana Maslany. And then I'll get to the last one, who is Viola Davis. I love that she wore her natural hair. Her makeup was beautiful. That red lipstick was divine. And I loved her big, grand white dress with a little bit of black on it. It was beautiful. She just looked perfect. She looked very regal. I loved her speech. I thought it was good. You know, I I totally agree. It's nice to see. It's stupid that a black woman has never won an Emmy for, I just didn't even know that. It was so dumb. And I'm glad the first person was somebody as fabulous and talented and wonderful as Viola. So, good. That was good. Happiness. I also loved, her dress wasn't white, but there was a lot of really light dresses, almost white. Emma Roberts had a really classical, old Hollywood-looking dress on with very pretty side-swept, waved hair. Loved it. On the flip side, Queen Latifah, not so much. I mean, she had an ugly white dress on. She just looked matronly. You know, she can look so, so good, and she does most of the time, but last night was a big miss. Her jewelry was big and clunky and ugly, and the dress was, I don't know, it looked like kind of like thick white wallpaper with some weird foiling on it or something. It was ugly. Her hair was boring too. She just didn't seem into it last night. I don't know if she knew she wasn't going to win or what. I thought she was great in her part too. I loved that biopic when she played Bessie. It was so good. I loved it. That was great. Okay, now let's see. Let's talk about some other kind of just whatever moments. I thought Emmy Rossum looked perfectly great with her, you know, kind of boho hair and ethereal dress, although it was slightly boring. There was one shorter dress that I loved, Catherine Hahn in a floral cocktail dress. It was a little bit bohemian witchy also, and her hair was, you know, a loose wave. And I don't know, she really did it very well, because a lot of these loose wave things, I just think they look greasy and sweaty, or like they've been out in the rain, and that works in a photo shoot, and I love that look. You know, like Beyonce looking like she just got out of the shower in couture for the cover of September Vogue. I get it, but, you know, at the Emmys, sometimes it just doesn't look good. You know, it's one thing in a photo, another thing in a 360 on TV, at the most glamorous event in TV. I don't know. I wasn't into it. Another so-so, Christina Hendricks, her body was rocking, and that dress was beautiful. Her hair was funny. It's like she had way too many extensions in there, and her forehead is too high for that middle part. It just looked like 70s, but like an old lady in the 70s might have worn that. Like a 50-year-old in the 70s would have worn it. I didn't like her hair. She also looked really unhappy when Jon Hamm won. She looked like she was going to cry. I felt bad. I mean, I love Joan and everything, but Christina Hendricks has nothing to be upset about. She's got such an amazing movie career right now. Anyway, I hope to see her in a lot more stuff, because I love Christina Hendricks. I think she's a good actress. It's the men. I thought the men looked really good last night. Most of the men I thought looked wonderful. I thought Ryan Seacrest, even though he makes his own tuxedos, I mean, it looked good. Kerry Washington said, "I love your tuxedo, who makes it?" And he opened the lapel, and it was him. And I thought, wow, Ryan Seacrest has come a long way from that frosted faux hawk that he had when he started. Got to give him credit. He's evolving. Jon Hamm, of course, was just like, you know, Cary Grant or something, just like the most elegant, old Hollywood, gorgeous man. His speech, you know, I think that the thing about Jon Hamm is he might not be that interesting as a person as the way he looks, because his speech was pretty boring, I gotta tell you, but the way he looked was magnificent. Fred Savage, I don't know how old he is, but he still looks like he's 16. So cute, and he looked good in his tuxedo. LL Cool J, I mean, what a gorgeous man. I just, you know, what is there to say? He's a perfect specimen. Even the stupid hat works on him. You know, that hat and a tuxedo is a bizarre combination, but, you know, LL can do anything. He just always looks so sharp. John Stamos, oh my God, so beautiful. I loved his little thing with the girl from the show about the virgin. He's like, "You're hot." She's like, "You're a hot older guy," and he's like, "You're a hot virgin." And I was like, oh my God, I want him to call me a hot virgin. Maybe I'll get myself sewn shut in case I meet him, so he can call me a hot virgin, and I might actually be able to pretend I was one. Adrian Brody, always so chic. You know, he just looks like the coolest guy ever, all the time. Like he doesn't have to try. So, you know, lean and tall and thin and angular, just amazing. Love him. Okay, now from my bad. I'm gonna finish on the bad, because there were so many dresses that were this sort of pastel, Pepto-Bismol, I don't even know. There's too many to even mention. That was a hideous trend. I just hated most of those. But there were two notables that stood out that usually, I mean, Amy Poehler usually looks really good, and she's so funny, and I'm totally a fan, but her hair was bad. She had that wet out of the shower hair. She just looked like she got caught in the rain. She's too old for it. You know, she's not a great beauty. She's a pretty woman, but she's not a great beauty. I think it takes I don't know. I think like when she hosted the Golden Globes, she looked stunning each time. And this was just, maybe she didn't care. I don't know. I know she's been nominated a million times and hasn't won or whatever. I'm not sure. But it was just okay. Just really boring dress, bad hair. Amy Schumer, you know, tall, sexy, voluptuous, funny. You know, she's got this magnetism, and she's having such a moment. I mean, she looked like a drunk bridesmaid, or a horny country western backup singer. I don't know. It was awful. The hair was awful. The dress didn't fit her properly. It just, I don't know. It was a mess. And now that she's so famous, she needs to bump up the fashion quotient. She needs to call Charlize Theron's people. I don't know. Somebody who knows how to deal with a tall, blonde drink of water. Because that woman should be a 10. And last night she was like a 1.5 to 2. She just looked like a dumb suburban chick. It was a shame. Uzo. Oh my God. Crazy eyes. I don't know. I don't even know where to start. Her dress was disgusting. Her hair was like an old lady. I don't even know. It looked like an old lady wig or something. I thought she cried a little too much. I mean, she's already won an Emmy. I don't know. The whole thing was such a turnoff. She was like, she needs to go with her other chocolate divas and let them train her how to act. Let Carrie and Angela and Viola teach her how to be magnificent, because she certainly is not yet. And it's not even that I think she's ugly. I think that she could be beautiful. But she just was like, the ugly girl at the prom. It was just terrible. It was so sad. And I gotta say, the worst hair of the night goes to Claire Danes. She needs to stop acting crazy, too. I'm starting to think she really is crazy. And now that I brought up crazy, I mean, there's two. Claire Danes' bulletproof bouffant hair and Frances McDormand. She acted totally insane, and her hair looked like the mousiest, ugliest gray, like she was gardening and just threw it in a low ponytail. Oh my God, and she just looked 100 years old. And her face, when you really look at it, doesn't look old. I don't know what's going on with her. I mean, she always used to have these flowing, golden, beachy tresses, and she always, she never looked like... It's kind of like she has a Sheryl Crow thing. Like, she looks older, but she's like a hot California 50-something. I don't get it. I mean, she's looking like she just was released from prison or just a mental home. I don't know. Frances needs to get it together because she's an amazing actress. I don't know what's going on. Somebody needs to talk to her. We need to have a style intervention with Frances. Claire Danes, again, with the crazy acting, her eyes buggy outy, and she wasn't making sense. And she has this thing where she seems like she's out of breath all the time. And it works on Homeland. But I'm like, girl, you're at a party. The Prada dress was terrible. She looked horrible. She looked like, maybe she's on Adderall. I don't know, because she's tired. I'm not sure. And then Lady Gaga. I mean, look. If you're a Cate Blanchett or a Charlize Theron or, I don't know, Penelope Cruz or any of these women, you can throw on any black nothing dress, have someone do your hair beautifully, and classic makeup, and you look like a film siren, because that's what they are, and they're great, great, great beauties. Lady Gaga, as much as I love her, I'm such a fan, whatever, she can't do that. She looked like an old drunk lady. I don't know, it's like she was doing an impression of Marlene Dietrich or Marilyn Monroe. Her voice was strange, and I get that she does these characters and these personas, but it did not work last night. She just looked boring and old and frumpy, and I thought it was awful. I thought she looked awful. It was perfectly tasteful, but perfectly boring. That's not what we want from Lady Gaga, okay? We want Lady Gaga to always be freaky. Even if she's in the most classic look, starlet look, there needs to be something about it that says Lady Gaga. I mean, she started this whole thing with her, persona of Lady Gaga being this boundary buster and this rock star. And it's fine if she's going to, do like a Madonna thing where Madonna was in Evita and was wearing couture and all that. But she needs to look good. I mean, Madonna's prettier. And, Lady Gaga, I'm not saying Lady Gaga's ugly. Look, like I said, I love her. I know everybody's going to be like, Charlie's bashing Lady Gaga. Not at all. I love Lady Gaga. I watch her videos over and over and over, and I think the reason that I'm being hard on her is because I'm a fan of hers. I want the old Lady Gaga back. I don't know, she married this dumb jock guy from Chicago Fire, and now she's dressing in dumb, boring, frumpy outfits. I mean, I don't know. She'll get it back, whatever. I just, she was going to be the highlight of it, and it just sucked. All right, so, I mean, I guess I'm done. The Emmys, man. I guess I don't care. Honestly, I don't think I've watched the Emmys ever, and I know why. But anytime to talk about dresses is good. So it ends up being a happy affair, but I guess it was more about the cute boys last night. I was bored with the ladies except for a couple of them. So anyway, I'm signing off. I'll find more stuff to complain and rant and rave about next time. on Style Junkie for AmericanSalon.com. See you later, freakies.